Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am so glad you were here and I'm really happy to be talking about this book with you guys. As you can see in the title, I'm going to be talking about The Octunnumi by Trevor Alan Foris. I've had a lot of requests to talk about this book, so I've gone ahead and read it twice for you guys and I made a whole buttload of notes, so I'm going to talk about it. So before I begin, welcome. If you are new to my channel, I'm Amy. I talk about books, book reviews, book recommendations, and just all around book nerd. So welcome, thank you for being here. I sincerely appreciate it so much. I really do. I just want more people to talk about books with. That's literally my main goal of being on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram. I just want people to talk about books with because I love books. If you are interested in my content, if you're interested in hearing me ramble on about different books and different reviews, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It means a lot and it means you guys get to see my content. I post once a week. Yeah, thank you so much for being here. If you want to subscribe to my channel, that would be super amazing. That would really make my day. So today I'm going to be talking about this book, The Octunnumi by Trevor Alan Foris. A lot of people have been asking for this review after my book talk on it went viral. It has like 5 million views now and 1.3 million likes, and literally the publisher got sold out completely from this video. So I thought I would do a review. I have read it twice now. First time I didn't tab it, the second time I did. I have notes upon notes upon notes about it. I've got a lot to say and I want you guys to hear it because a lot of people are asking questions. So if you are interested in hearing my thoughts and more information about The Octunnumi by Trevor Alan Foris, then please keep on watching. So, The Octunnumi. This book is literally the reason I have so many followers on BookTok. I will put it out there. I'm extremely grateful for that and I really loved the book, so I'm very happy to be here and talking to you guys about it. This is literally the most beautiful book I have ever owned in my life. It is stunning black matte cover with like a embossed shiny spirals. I would say they're raised. I don't know if you can see. They're like raised above. And then the spine is beautiful. And the back is just stunning. And on the back it says, "For our tomorrows are made of our yesterdays." And then obviously it has the black sprayed edges. I have tabbed it now. I hope people aren't like ashamed of the quality of my book now. I do normally take extremely good care of my books, but yeah, this has just been well loved at this point. So I have tabbed it, and then at the front I've got my little key for what the colours mean. But yeah, each page obviously has the black edges, the swirls. It's just beautiful. The entire book is stunning. What else? So that is the front page and it says The Octunnumi does not exist. And then also it's printed on vegan ink, which is just really cool, and money from every sale is donated to the Good Heart Animal Sanctuaries, which is really just, I mean, you don't need more of an excuse already to buy this book, but I think that really is a good excuse. Okay, so first off, I just want to talk about the packaging that the book comes in, because the whole point of my TikTok video was an unboxing and people loved the packaging. So I actually thankfully kept it. I didn't throw it out. So yeah, on the front it says, "Every book is a discovery, the beginning of a new adventure, the gateway to previously unknown worlds, the start of a journey. Welcome to The Octunnumi." Yeah, so this is what it comes in, and you open it like that. Oh, mine's upside down. I'm so happy that I kept this. Normally I would eventually get rid of these things, but yeah, I managed to keep it. And then this pops open and then it says, "Welcome home," and then yeah, it just kind of pops open and that's where the book is. So yeah, the packaging is incredible. There is a lot of mystery surrounding this book. The synopsis does absolutely nothing to tell you what the book is about whatsoever, but I think that that just adds to the appeal. And then obviously the book comes in the packaging, and then inside the book you get this, which is incredible, and all books should come with this, especially high fantasy books where there are a lot of words and you know, new descriptions and weird names that you can't pronounce. Like every book should come with this. So it's called Pronunciaries. I can't even pronounce the word for pronouncing. And then you flip it over and you've got definitionaries. So when you open it, if you open it the right way around, it's just got, it's just a mini dictionary of all the words that they have added, because there's a lot, like, there's a lot of new words in this book. It's confusing. It is confusing, I'm not gonna lie. It literally is like page after page of dictionary and words. And then it has name pronunciations on the other side, so you have to flip it around, and you can use it as a bookmark, which I did. It's really handy. So yeah, those are the two things that you get in the Octunnumi. That is the outside of the book. It is a fantasy sci-fi epic, so I don't even know where to begin. Honestly, this book is just crazy. It follows two twin brothers called Trad and Rig, and they are these beings called Tarolins. And then what it says in the dictionary, it is a being capable of perpetual existence, a ceaseless and endless consciousness of or descended from the Nelia Inesimid. See, this is why it is extremely confusing. So Tarolins are like beings that cannot die. It's very difficult for them to die. They basically can regenerate when their body gets old. So they can't die unless they choose to, or unless it's very sudden. So I don't want to go too much into detail. The Octunnumi, I picture in my head the Harry Potter Ministry of Magic, basically a book of all the workings for the ministry and like what they do and everything. And I kind of saw it as that, a mixture of the Ministry of Magic and Men in Black. Like literally, that is what this book is to me. The Octunnumi is a mixture between Men in Black and the Ministry of Magic from Harry Potter. That literally is what it feels like. So the Octunnumi are in charge of guarding gateways to different universes, or as they are called in the book, Inesimids. That is essentially different universes. So these two twin brothers are a part of the Octunnumi, this kind of organization that is run specifically by Talians. See, it's so confusing. It's run specifically by Talians, which is what they are. They're beings, the ones that can regenerate. They run the Octunnumi, which is a organization that is in charge of monitoring and looking after the gateways to different Inesimids or universes. Now that is the best way that I can explain it. If you have seen Men in Black, there is a scene where you're in like the Men in Black big hall, and there are loads of different species and aliens walking around, and it's just like madness. And that's what this book is literally like 50% of the time. There's just so many different universes, so many different creatures. There's hobgoblins and weird creatures that they made up, and they mentioned vampires and really tall giant things and little tiny things that scurry. And then there's mechamals, which are like mechanical animals that are brought to life like clockwork animals. Yeah, it's massive. It is a huge world that Trevor has created, and I am so excited to delve into the rest of the books. This is the prologue. So this is the first in a 12 book series. So there are 12 more of these bad boys coming out, and I am incredibly excited to read every single one. I kind of get the feeling that this book is literally just like scraping the surface of the, I want to say world, but it's multiple worlds, of the universes that has been created here. And I am so excited to see everything. There's like, I don't want to spoil it, but there is so many different worlds. Like there's one that's literally fairy tale. It's a fairy tale universe. And like a dollhouse. Like people live in dollhouses. That's one of their universes. Like it's just incredible. It is massive. The characters are wonderful, but bizarre. There's so strange. They can just change mid-conversation. They'll have brown hair, the next they'll have blonde. You know, like you'll be having a conversation and they'll say, oh, this person flicked her blonde short hair behind her ear, and then as she goes out the door, as she slams the door, her brown hair whipped behind her. And it's like, well, she had blonde hair a second ago. Like, they can just change whim to whim, change their clothes, their outfit, the way they look, anything. And that's the part of this regeneration process of the Talians. Yeah, so that's kind of, I hope I haven't spoiled too much. There's no plot points in that. That's just kind of what the Octunnumi is, this organisation. It's incredible. The one thing I would say about this book is it is very confusing. I've read it twice, and even still there were parts that I had to reread quite a few times to really understand what was going on. It is aimed, it's young adult, it's definitely young adult. There is no like swearing, there's no like sex scenes, romance, nothing like that. It's all about action, a lot of world building. I get the feeling that this book is all about world building, essentially, giving you an idea. Like, there's obviously a plot going on and it's really interesting, but it isn't super action packed. It's very much showing you the world that they are wanting to explore, and I do get that, but it can be confusing, and I won't disagree with that, because I know obviously I got a lot of followers from this book, but I don't want to lie to my followers. Like, I will be truthful about my reviews, I will not lie to you guys. This book is incredible, and it's literally like no book I've ever read in my life. My gosh, is it confusing, and it takes a long time to actually understand all the words. But obviously you get the dictionary. Yeah, it has magic in it, obviously. Loads of different creatures and species. Yeah, basically it follows the story of these two twin brothers, Tred and Rig. They are 18-year-old twins, and they have magical abilities as part of being a Talian and part of the Octunnumi, and they're just searching for the answers to a big mystery. That's all I'm going to say, and to do that they have to go to loads of different universes, and it's incredible. It really, one minute you'll be talking to some person in one universe, and then the next literal sentence they'll be walking through a door into like a dollhouse, and they're like this big. Like, it's incredible. It's hard to keep up with at times. It is hard to keep up. Like, sometimes I'll have to flick back and be like, did I not read something? Did I miss a paragraph or something? Because all of a sudden they're in a completely different place. So that is probably my one issue with this book, but it is fantastic. The world building obviously is like no other book I've ever read in my life. The characters are wonderful, really well developed, really funny. This book is so funny. I don't know if you can see how many, so purple for me was funny, and there's so many purple tabs. I was outwardly laughing whilst reading this book, and I don't do that often with books. Like, I don't outwardly laugh when I read. You can tell it's very sarcastic in its humour. It's very witty. If you don't get sarcasm, you may struggle with the humour, but being a Brit myself, obviously my sense of humour is literally only sarcasm. So I obviously found it hilarious. The actual story itself, so it's almost breaking the third barrier a little bit with this book, in that it is told by a narrator. And the narrator is called Trevor. Let me try and skip through. I'll try and find bits. So there. Can you see how there are moments where the writing is darker? That's when Trevor is talking. And he is a narrator that is inside people's heads. And he is like talking throughout, and he is one of the funniest characters, I would say, in this book. He's really funny and snarky and witty, and I really enjoy his character. But the whole point about it is that this book is his memoirs. So I don't even know if, you know, Trevor Alan Foris is his real, like the real author's name, because it's technically the name of the narrator who wrote down his memoirs in this book. So I don't even know if the actual author of this book, if his actual name is Trevor Alan Foris, I don't know, because the narrator, who is a fictional character, it's his memoirs. I hope that makes sense. I feel like I'm not doing a very good job of explaining this. But yeah, the idea is that everyone has a narrator, but for us lowly humans, it's like our conscience, our guiding light, our guardian angel, whatever you want to say. I fully intend to not spoil any main plot points in this review. I am sincerely sorry if I spoil anything, so this is a spoiler warning, but any major plot points I will not be spoiling at all. I will just be giving an overview of what the Octunnumi is, and my thoughts about the quality of the writing and the work and the world building, character development, all that good stuff. So I will try my best not to spoil anything, but yeah, spoiler warning. It does not have romance in at all, this book, and it has good character development. It's more character, like learning about the characters, so learning about their background and what they are like, really getting to delve into their personalities. You really see their personalities, especially Tred and Reeg. You really learn their personalities, and they're very funny, very witty, very back and forth between them, which obviously I love. As for kind of character development in where they change or learn, there isn't, like, there's none of that really, but I feel like that's because this is simply the prologue, and it was so focused on world building that the actual character development was put on a bit of a back burner, I feel like, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because, like I said, this is the prologue, and if it was just this book on its own I would find it disappointing, but because I know that there are going to be others, and so many as well, 12 books is a big series, I know that that is coming, and that they just needed to basically let you dive right into the worlds they have created here. So it is confusing, you have to take your time with it. It's not a book that you can skim read, you know, in like a day or two. The first time I read it in 3 days because I really wanted to get it out for you guys and review it. It is a 460 page book. It's a fantastic quality book. The spine does not bend when you bend the pages. Unless people are like ripping it open, you're not going to break the spine on this book. Oh, I forgot to mention, there is also an app that works alongside this book, which is just freaking awesome anyway. So this is the app. So it's got sleeve back, sleeve front, book front, spine, and you scan the pages as you read them. It's not for every single one, there's only, it's like the front, the back, the spine, and then it has like the front box and little animations pop up, and then there's loads of like different information, but it's just really, it's really cool, and you can kind of scan the certain pages. So each book has this thing called an ECOS relay stamp, and the publishers got in touch with me and they wanted me to advertise that because it's quite an interesting point. Basically it's not in every book. You don't know if it's in every book or not, and if it is, it's on a random page that you don't know what it is until you read through and find it, and then if you do find it you can scan it on the app. So far there's page 213 and page 75, so mine very luckily did actually come with one, and I will show you. It's quite annoying because there's a big plot spoiler on this page, so I'm going to try and cover it up, but you see that symbol there? That's the ECOS relay stamp, and when you go on the app, so I can click on page 75 and a little thing pops up. Yeah, it's just a fun interactive way of using the book as well. The book is aimed for 12 plus, and I think the only reason behind that, there isn't any gruesome details, blood, guts, things like that, not really, no. There's no romance or dirty scenes, nothing like that. I think the only reason that it is as high as it is, I think you need to be a little bit older just to simply understand the storyline, but there is nothing that I would worry about children reading. Like, there's no swearing, no bad words, there's nothing like that. So yes, recommended for 12 plus. So one quote that I really loved from this book, I wrote it down in my notebook, and I want to read it to you because I think it's really interesting. So basically I wrote that the world of the Octunnumi is based in is a mixture of, and then quotation, a multitude of ages, cultures and worlds from across all Anessamids blended together in this multicultural world. Her husband likened it to living inside a wind-up clock. That to me sums up this book entirely. It is just a mixture of everything, all different cultures and worlds and beings all mixed up in one big thing, and it's just wonderful. There's no hatred, you know, and it's kind of like what the world should be like. I don't think there was a single character that I did not enjoy in this book. I want to know what happens with them, I want to know what happens with the story, I want to know all the different Anessamids as well. I also want to know background again, and yeah, I'm just so excited about the prospect of this series. I think it is going to be incredible, and I am very much planning on getting every single book and reading them all. The ending is left on a cliffhanger, which is frustrating because I don't know when the next book's coming out, but I think I've spoken enough about this now. I love this book. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I also am going to have a written review on my blog. Thank you so much for listening to me ramble. I hope if you have bought this book that you love it as much as I did. I know it can be frustrating and confusing, but I think it would be worth it to keep it up. I think it's going to be something big. I really do. It is literally a mixture between Harry Potter and Men in Black. Like, hands down, that is exactly what the Octunnumi is. It's like nothing I've ever read before. It's so creative and immersive. It's going to be one hell of a ride. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening to me ramble on. I sincerely appreciate it. And again, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell. If you want to see other videos, please comment down below what you would like to see. Oh, they ship worldwide. There's currently, as of right now, today, it is the 13th of February 2021, there is a 6 to 8 week waiting list because the book sold out after my video exploded and went everywhere. So there is a waiting list. I hope I answered all of your questions. I'm so sorry if there's things that I missed. Please feel free to comment down below and I will answer them quickly as I see them. If you want any of my other socials, I will link them all down below. I have TikTok, Instagram, a blog. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.